Hello, hello. What's up, guys? You are watching The Couch Casuals, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez, always here with my lovely host.
It's your boy, Kyle Diorio, and we're back here. We're going to break down UFC 323.
Last time you saw us, we did a UFC 322 pre-show, and as uneventful as the co-main and the main were, scheduling conflicts, I'm back from Skankfest, everybody.
He was at Skankfest. He was getting skanked on.
I did atrocious last card. We don't have to, spend a whole episode on it.
Good.
But yeah, you're the only one. You're the only
until the main events.
Yeah, but you probably knew what you were doing. You should have went with the obvious, but you want to have a little fun.
It last time I was like, we're gonna pick JDM, and it's gonna be like, okay, we're stupid for even thinking he had a chance.
As soon as we hit stop recording, we were like, Islam's gonna Islam.
Islam's going to walk him, and that's exactly what happened. It was pitiful. It was pathetic. It was sad.
What are the scores now going into this last ESPN tournament?
This is the last pay-per-view for the ESPN season.
And we are here ever.
Last pay-per-view ever. We are here at Robert is 10-9, and I've made a comeback, and we're tied at 10-9. So this next pay-per-view is literally it. This one's going to seal the deal on who is the champion.
Who is the true professional casual?
Who is the true professional casual?
Wow. All the marbles.
It's going down at UFC 323. That's the biggest championship on the line here.
Yeah.
Not the bantamweight or the flyweight.
No.
It's the CC MMA Season 1 world champion.
Wow. That's
crazy.
That is crazy. Shall we get right into it? You have some prelim shout outs or no?
There's some names. I mean, you got your Macy Barbers on the prelims. Terrence McKinney's on the prelims. I know he was kind of an up-and-comer for a little bit. Grant Dawson is on the prelims. And I feel like I haven't seen that man or seen that name in 10 years.
Sure.
Early prelims, Edson Barboza, Jalen Turner's coming back from retirement. Marvin Vittori. I mean, they're spreading these names out, I guess, to get more eyes on the early prelims. I don't really know. I feel like back in the day, you look at the early prelims and it would just be, mostly nobodies.
Well, there's this phenomenon like UFC 205. Like when you look back at that card, and I know it's a long ways away. But like you have hidden gems of fighters that eventually became something.
Yeah, and that's what I always liked about them. But now it's like they're spreading them everywhere. I don't fully understand it.
It went from you didn't know what you had when you had it, and now it's like I wouldn't say a demotion, but they're using their star, like you kind of said, spreading the star power around where it'll entice you to watch the whole night.
And if you don't want to say star power, name value. I know Marvin Vittori's not like a superstar, but I mean, he's fought for a world title, so it's crazy that he's number 14 now. Hard slide since then, but it is what it is.
He's a regular, what would you call Neil Magny-esque fighter? Like a gatekeeper? Journeyman?
He's not quite a journeyman. I mean, I guess journeymans usually don't make a title run.
He puts his shorts on. He puts his shorts on one leg at a time and backwards.
He does, dude. Backwards twice. That's happened twice. But yeah, let's just hop into this pay-per-view. It's maybe not the craziest looking one, but it's not bad. I think this is a solid pay-per-view ending with ESPN. Let's get right into it.
Before we do that, do you think when they signed for however many years with the ESPN deal, do you think the UFC held up their end of the bargain? And then vice versa, do you think ESPN held up their end of the bargain?
I mean, I don't know about ESPN themselves. I mean, they were the platform. They definitely advertised it. They put it on their main shows. They got a lot more coverage. DC and Ryan Clark, but
DC and Chael, DC and Helwani,
they had all kinds of shows.
Right.
So I mean, I guess ESPN held up their side of the bargain, and UFC kind of did, but like I feel like this last year has been a weird year as far as pay-per-views. I don't think I don't think they've always put the best show forward.
And then when they thought they did, it would fall so flat. And
it has been a weird year, man. Like, they're not. I don't. In my opinion, they're not starting on a great foot with Paramount.
Well,
we'll talk about that shortly.
I think that the UFC can only do so much. The fighters have to fight. The fighters have to follow through with their scheduled fights, not drop out. And you got to make it to fight night, period.
Certain divisions are a mess at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Lightweight to clusterfuck. Welterweight has 7 people that could arguably fight for the title.
Yeah, it's a hurry up and wait kind of thing.
It's a weird class. But we're not talking about any of those divisions tonight. We're talking about light heavyweight, bantamweight, flyweight. That's all we got to talk about today. 3 divisions, nothing being held up. Everything's ripe for the picking.
Sure.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
We're starting the fights off with Jan Blachowicz, like old OG. I can't believe he's still fighting sometimes. I mean,
sure.
I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm just saying he's been around for a while, but he's still kicking. And Bogdan Guskov opening the card up. What do you think of this fight?
Jan was up there for a while in title contendership. Yeah. He was the dude that when he was fighting, I think he had a couple vicious knockouts because of old Abe Lincoln. He had an underwhelming performance against him. And so you just kind of see these fighters fall off and they get labeled as the boring fighter. But it takes 2 to tango. He has some serious Polish power. That's what
Polish power, dude.
I think you see what's the opposite of changing of the guard. I think this guy was his Bobo Gugu. What did you say his name was? Sorry, that's right.
Bogdan Guskov.
Bogdan Guskov. I don't think that he can lace up Jan's shorts. I don't think it happens like that.
I tend to agree with you there. They're both older. Well, okay. Bogdan looks older, but he's only 33.
Sure.
But he just looks like he's been through it, boy.
Right.
Jan's 42. If Jan is on the decline, this is the key fight. Like, this is if Jan can't get through this fight, then it's probably it's bye-bye time.
Which those, like Glover Teixeira, at those heavier weights, you have more durability because of the power. Not necessarily, it's really just trying to make it through these camps. And if Jan wins, personally, I would go out on a win. Because when you start getting to the top, back with the Jamal Hills, back in title contention with, Yuri Prohaska and what's Carlos Olberg. When you get up there, you're like, it's tough. Those are some tough fights for you. So who knows? Who knows what he does?
I see either what you're saying, potentially a retirement, or maybe is it his okay, I'm making one last gasp ditch effort to make at the title, and then I don't see him sticking around just to fight. Like, he's older. He doesn't really need to anymore. He's got a legendary career. Does he need to stick around? Probably not. So, he did. Hell, he had a split decision loss to Alex Pereira, which is kind of impressive.
Very.
Compared to, look what he's done since. Mm-hmm. Lost to Carlos Ulberg most recently. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool to see him go out on a win. But if he loses, man, I don't see anything happening after that.
What is it? Andrei Arlovsky? Is that the heavyweight that just keeps doing the damn thing? Doesn't do so
Andre, well. He's still going. I think he's doing boxing now.
He did bare knuckle, DBX, and then some other like whatever fight. But he's like 3-0 outside the UFC. Like left the UFC and is doing his own thing and having a lot of success.
Dude's a freak of nature, man. That's hats off to him. If y'all wants to keep going, keep doing your thing, boy. You know, it doesn't hate here.
It doesn't have to be in the UFC though. We're seeing this whole thing about like, oh, UFC is such a monopoly. For MMA, yeah, I wouldn't go PFL. I mean, if they're gonna pay you, sure, go wherever the money is. But you could do some really fun stuff outside of the UFC.
You can, and let's be honest, UFC. No, I don't think the fan pulse doesn't seem as strong as it did like maybe a year to 2 years ago. You had Izzy at the top, and Kamaru Usman, and feel like every month was a banger. We've had these influx of like wrestlers at the top of the divisions have really hurt casual audiences for sure. They don't want to watch that. And I mean, I'm not saying anything bad against it. I'm just saying even some hardcore people don't want to just watch Islam hold a dude down for 25 minutes.
Yeah. Even Hamza, the scariest dude on the planet, is just going to have you in a crucifix. And he's going to ping, 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 ping. Like, nobody wants to see that. You don't have to go out there and just bleed like the guy with the little whatever on his face. Like,
dude,
you don't have to be that, but, I mean, fight. We want to see fights.
We're years away. We are so far away from Rory McDonald and Robbie Lawler that it's just like, there's not a lot of those dudes left.
No, there's really not. There's the crotch sniffers. Yeah.
Dustin's gone. I mean, and I get it. I mean, you do what you want. You do what to do to win. But like, at the end of the day, if people aren't watching, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not. It's not where it needs to be, but hopefully there's some influx of some really entertaining strikers coming in. We got some young bucks from over in Cage Warriors across the pond. There are going to be people who rise to the occasion, but when you get up to that upper echelon and you start getting the big money, you don't want to lose.
No.
But Dana,
if you're fighting for a title, you got to do what you got to do to win. Like, I believe that 100%.
Right.
Just doesn't sell tickets. So
Dana in the UFC, if you put on a fight, they will take care of you. They will not let you go broke and brain dead. But we'll see.
We'll see.
I have Yan all day.
Yan. I don't think, and I don't even care if it's a casual pick, really. I mean, I haven't seen Guskov fight that much, so I'm going Yan. Big dub, hopefully.
Sayonara, Baba Gugu.
See ya, Baba Gugu. Let's move on to the next fight. This one's pretty crazy. Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot.
Oy.
Dude, Henry, man, he can't catch a break.
You think this isn't a break?
No, not well. I'm not. I'm talking about his comeback in general.
Oh well, yeah. Well, he should have never left.
Great run. He should have never left.
Idiot.
Agreed. What do you think? How do you feel?
I cannot lose to you. I will be the ultimate casual. Which
this is for all the marbles here.
If you do the math right, if I lose, does that make me more of a casual?
I think so. Technically, yes.
So I will be the
loser is the biggest casual.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. So I don't want to be that.
You don't want to be the bigger casual.
I think Peyton showed a very big hole in his game, and I say that I say that as a pun because of the tattoo and the
He has a very big hole in his chest as well.
But I think that Henry's been there. When you have competition such as Merab versus Henry, and then you see Henry get out wrestled, and you're like, you're supposed to be Triple C. You're supposed to be Olympic gold medal wrestling. It just doesn't translate to MMA the best. With that wide karate stance that Henry has, he can land some strikes. He can do some striking. Lost to Song Yadong via eye poke, or
via Jason Herzog.
Yeah. So if you wave it off, you can't see. I can't see, man. I can't see. So I don't think...
I need this to be a decision.
I think Triple C takes on the Rook. I think he gets him.
He's definitely got the style to do it. I mean, Peyton's clear disadvantage in that fight against Raoni Barcelos, I think it was, was that wrestling. And I mean, in theory, Triple C should have much better wrestling than Raoni Barcelos.
And Triple C's got good striking too. He knocked out TJ Dillashaw at 125. He stopped my boy Dominic Cruz at 135, which that was a weathered Dominic Cruz, but still great footwork, great striking. I think Dominic was winning that fight up until he caught that nasty knee. But, and then the whole thing with like Keith Peterson, stopping it early or whatever.
I'm excited to see these guys on the scales because I haven't seen them side by side. And in my head, I feel like Peyton's going to be a lot bigger than Henry, maybe, but maybe not.
Taller,
maybe
sure.
it's just it's a tall thing. Maybe it's just the height that's throwing me for a loop. This one's actually really tough for me to choose because I feel like Peyton might could get a dub, but the matchup is really bad.
How's he do it? Does he knock him out? Does he outstrike him? Does he stay off the ground?
He's not going to stay off the ground. I think Henry shoots a shot within like 2 seconds.
I don't know, man. I think he does a great job of mixing it up. We don't see vintage Triple C, but this guy's still young in the game. This guy,
yeah, he's really not that old.
Right.
He took his prime off, unfortunately, but
that's a rest. And then you come back and you have a pretty good outing versus Song before the eye poke. You're losing to the likes of Merab. Everybody loses to Merab. It's just became a thing.
We need a definitive casual, and to do that, we're going to have to differentiate. That being said,
do it.
We're going Peyton Talbot.
Don't do it, dude.
We're going Peyton Talbot. He's going to come out to Frank Ocean. He's going to be in his zone. I mean,
we can disagree on other fights. You don't have to ruin
it. Michael Marias, he came out. He had the zest was 100%, and that zest was too much. And I'm thinking the zest will keep it strong, keep the zest strong. Peyton Talbot.
I got Triple C. Wow. Okay. Not out of the gate divided, but early.
We gotta make a show of things, right?
Sure.
Are you ready for the next fight?
Please.
A fan favorite. I haven't seen this man in a while, it feels like. Brandon Moreno. Coming back. His last fight was in May. It was a fight night, so I may have just missed that. But yeah, Brandon Moreno fighting against Tatsuro Taira. This guy's had a bunch of fight nights. He's got a great record. He's only lost to Brandon Royval, and that's a split decision. He's got nothing but wins. I haven't seen enough of him to really be confident in knowing his skill set, but this could be Brandon Moreno's in it, so this could be a really fun flyweight fight.
Moreno's my boy. He's the assassin baby.
The assassin baby
goes by that.
Lego assassin.
The Lego assassin. He goes by the assassin baby because he didn't want to be known as the baby assassin. That sounds like he kills babies.
I mean, that's fair.
So, what a killer. He's put on some of my favorite fights. Yeah, the Figgy fights.
The quadrilogy.
The quadrilogy.
What a crazy! Those two guys were just neck and neck.
I think he's got some serious. Took out Kai France with the liver kick. Just he's a warrior, man. And I think if this new cat gets some shots off, a split decision loss to Royval or no win.
Split decision loss.
Royval's
his only loss.
Royval's a bad motherfucker, dude.
He is. That's top tier. That's not bad. I mean, he's got wins against Hyung Sung Park, Alex Perez, Carlos Hernandez. That was his first big test was Brandon Royval, and split decision loss isn't the worst thing in the world.
I'd agree. I feel like Brandon can get it done. I really like Brandon Moreno.
I do too.
If we're gonna have some fun on this show, I I'd say, I mean, he's lost before. He's lost a decision that I didn't think he was supposed to. This is really, it is up to the fighters to fight, but the judges and the gambling scandals now, you really don't know,
Dude,
bro.
Something's going to have to be done about that. That's a whole other topic.
Right.
I don't know what the resolution there is, but
You pick first.
I'm going Brandon. I can't go against Brandon here. I don't know enough about Tatsuro to make like an educated guess there,
Right.
you know, so I'm not confident enough. I got to go Brandon, man. I feel like he gets it done. He has one of my favorite movement styles, you know. He does have a problem, I feel like, where sometimes he doesn't fight 100% of his game.
Mm-hmm.
Like he fights to the level of his opponent sometimes, it seems. But I think he gets it done. I think we see a revival of the Brandon career, maybe a run back to the title. Has he fought Pantoja before?
I believe so. Maybe. Who knows?
Yes, he did. Wow, he did. That's how he lost. That's how Pantoja won the title. I'm stupid.
Oh, no.
But that was over 2 years ago. Now,
I think if he doesn't land that shot and he doesn't get out in front early, or he doesn't put him down.
Yeah.
I've seen him lose decisions before where he's there. The chin will always be there. He's Mexicano.
He's tough, dude.
I want to go with him. I don't like betting against him. Change into the guard. I think he loses a split decision just because you got to go. You got to go.
Okay.
And
so you're taking Tatsuro.
Yeah, I think losing to Royval, that might have been a volume problem because Royval
just lays it on, like he just never stops.
So I feel like all he has to do is edge out a little bit over Brandon because it's not the most volume, and Brandon, he gets hit a good bit. If Brandon, like I want Moreno to win. If he does not put this kid away, I can see him losing a split decision or a decision in general because it's only 3 rounds.
Only 3 rounds.
If Brennan goes, go, dude. Hit him in the liver. Put this guy
Knock him out. Put him down.
But no, whatever his name is, Taira.
Tatsuro
Taira. Yeah, I got
right.
him. Sure.
Okay.
We have to differ because the next two are pretty obvious. We do this show for fun. The fun in the next 2 fights is not, well,
let's talk about it. We got a flyweight championship versus Alexandre Pantoja, a dominant champion as it's been so far. One, like I said, against Brandon Moreno, he's beat Brandon Royval. He's beat Steve Erceg. He destroyed Kai Asakura. He destroyed Kai Kara Frank. The Kais have not had much luck against him. I just realized that. But now Joshua Van, a really hot up and coming. Is he too young for this fight? Is he too fresh for this fight? We're gonna find out. This one I think is maybe the most interesting of any of the fights on the card because it's like this dominant champion versus like real up and comer. Have we seen the best of him? Is he going into this too soon? Is he gonna get it walked? Or is he the next big deal?
I was I opened my mouth just a second ago, and then I was like, well, Van did look pretty good, and he's got some really good hands. His 2 losses, when you look back at him, I think he's evolved a lot since then. And then I'll explain
really good.
I'll explain
against Royval.
Right. I'll explain my back pedal on the main in the next fight, but I think I got that wrong just now. I think I talked out to the side of my neck just now. I don't think
it was coming out of your mouth, and I was just going to let you finish your point, but I was like, I don't know, man. These are a little more interesting than last month's, even though we picked incorrectly in both, but
we were trying to have fun.
We were, I think we picked a little bit too much with our heart and not our heads. And maybe I'll do it again here. Who knows? Well, it's yet to be seen.
Sure.
man, Alexandre Pantoja has been so dominant, but he's been like, and I say this with all due respect, outside of the two Kai fights, he looked he looked in the first three fights, he won, but he looked like he gasses out really hard, really quickly. But he kind of keeps going,
Right.
even though he looks exhausted. So I never really know how to gauge him. I feel like as far as out of all the like super dominant champions, he might be like the weakest of the dominant champions, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
Like outside of the two Kai fights, he never looked godlike until those two fights. Maybe he's just hit that mode finally, and he's just gonna walk away with the division. I really like Joshua Van. Did we sign him? Is he a CCMMA fighter? I feel like we talked about it.
I think he
I
might.
kind of lost track of our stable.
Right.
Over the course of the time, man. But I think I'm gonna talk myself. I think I'm just gonna go Joshua Van here.
Wow.
Maybe too much with just the fun. I want an upset. I want to see this new upcomer win.
It's never been 5 rounds.
I think he's got the tools to do it. If I was putting a lot of money on this fight, I'd be picking Pantoja. I think Pantoja is clearly more well-rounded, but I think Joshua Van's got that like potential one-punch power, that excitement, that spark that could, even if he is the underdog, he can still win.
He's got the touch of death, dude.
He's got the touch of death, and as an underdog, that's all you really need. So I'm picking it. I want to see a fun end to December. Joshua Van, that's my pick.
Why you gotta do this to me, Joshua Van? Why you gotta make me pick Pantoja? I'm picking Pantoja. I don't want to. See, it's these things where it's like, we do want to have fun, but I want to beat you so bad that I'm going with Alexandre Pantoja. He's gonna just wear him out by the. I
think that's a logical pick.
He'll stop the early sprawls. Van will. He'll stop the early sprawls, but then he'll just keep mixing it up, and he'll keep going out there. And by round 3, round 4, they will both look exhausted. You are correct when you see Pantoja huffing and puffing, looks like he's out, and then he
looks exhausted, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how he looks. He keeps going. So part of me just thinks maybe that's just his like resting face. Like,
do you think it's misleading? You think he does it on like purpose?
Maybe.
Or do you think he just lets it show? Like he's wearing his heart on his sleeve or whatever?
Could be wearing, I don't know. I think maybe he's wearing it on his sleeve, or maybe he just looks more tired than he is. I don't know. It's always blown my mind every time I've seen it.
It doesn't make sense. He's just like sweating and these deep
he
breaths,
looks exhausted,
water,
but he just
and
keeps
same pace,
moving.
Same pace.
It's insane, dude. I mean, those flyweights are crazy. So we'll see. So Pantoja is your pick?
Pantoja's my pick. I want Van to win, but Pantoja's my pick.
All right. Are you ready for the main event?
Yeah. This one's a little easier in my mind.
I think so too. Merab Wabashvili versus Peter Yan. Man, this is
Can I start?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I want to walk back my bullshit that I was spewing earlier about how these are pretty much in the bag. This one more so, but Yan, he claims he had a broken hand. His power hand was broken in the first fight. I do want to see a Yan at 100%. Why did Peter Yan get this? Why did he get this fight? Who did he beat to get this fight?
He beat Marcus McGee. He's got this fight because Merab's running away with this division too. Did he
beat Figgy? Who beat Figgy? Corey Sandhagen?
He did beat Figgy. Well, Peter Yan did as well. Figgy, I just, he had such a size advantage at flyweight. It's probably the only reason he was as dominant as he was. Because I mean, he still looks good, but he's not been the monster he was at flyweight.
I wanted to walk back my BS because I believe that Peter Yan does have great boxing. And, he's got some really nice judo takedowns, some good throws. He's always showed up and showed out.
He's very well-rounded.
I think that we see Merab push him up against the cage, knee him in the thigh, take him down, and then...
Yeah. I mean...
You talk about fan-friendly style. Merab, he put it on Corey Sandhagen in the second round, and then just nothing else. Almost had him knocked out. And
I will say, I think Merab's more entertaining than Islam was.
More of a showman.
I know it's still wrestle heavy, obviously. He's just more excited than those two at the very least, at least in their title fights. He puts on a little bit of a show. He tries to make it entertaining while also sticking with his style.
Right.
Man, he's just so good. He's just so good at what he does. Peter Yan's getting this, but does he? I mean, I don't think there's anything. I don't think anything's changed since their last fight.
This is just a cycle back. Merab has to do what Usman did. He has to do what Izzy did. You got to beat the guys twice, maybe 3 times. Maybe you have that trilogy with O'Malley.
O'Malley's coming up. We'll get to talk about him soon.
There's very few new bloods in the 135-pound division. I want to make my pick, and then I want to ask you a question after you make yours. I got Merab. It's so...
I got Merab.
Because I don't want Peter Yan. As much as, he's had his chances against the Sterlings, and Peter
Yan is like the biggest what if. Like, what if he didn't land that illegal knee and lose his title that way?
But they did.
That fight,
they ran it back. Ball don't lie.
They ran it back. But if he hadn't landed that illegal knee, he was going to win that fight, and there would have been no running it back because
they would have.
He dominated Aljo. And then he had the questionable loss to Sean, which wasn't as. I think it's a lot closer than people claimed it to be. I don't think it was like this clear, one-sided robbery.
I think there was some.
It was a very close fight.
There was some Dana White privilege going on, and that's why they were like, "No, he got robbed." Well, robbed. No, robbed is 30-27, and then it goes the opposite way. That's a robbery.
Yeah.
People, I know we're casuals, but people will get it in their head that, oh well, he lost, 2 rounds to 1, and he got robbed, and it's like. A robbery is a blatant, like, you know what it's like being robbed?
There was a recent robbery, and I don't know if it was at the last pay-per-view or not. There was one where I was like, okay, that didn't go the way I thought it was going to go at all.
Maybe in Qatar, or when you were talking about long Russian guy in the heavyweight division. Lost to... The Brazilian wrestlefucker. Who am I trying to think of? God, I'm such.
We look at UFC 321.
Volkov, Alexander Volkov lost, or he lost, but then the judges gave him the decision with the damage.
That was a shocking turn of event. I don't know if I want to call that one a robbery either, because that was just like, when we say wrestlefuck or lay and pray, that was the most lay and pray attempt I've ever seen from somebody, and I'm glad he lost because Volkov was still hitting him anyway.
Well, he's getting his consequence for the lay and pray.
I don't remember. I can't remember now what fight it might have been. I think it may have been on the last card.
A close fight's not a robbery. That's what we're saying.
Close fights are not robberies. I get it. Sometimes you're like, oh, why did the guy want to win? Why did he not win? It was a close fight. I thought he should have won, but he didn't. But now with all this betting scandal that's been going on, that's just going to just feed more fuel to the fire. So
right. So you had Merab?
Yeah, I got Merab.
Merab's
that was
too
easy. Yeah. Too easy. So let's recap. I got Yan. You got Yan. You got Henry. I got Peyton.
Wow.
I got Brandon. You got Taira. I got Van. Wow. You got Pantoja. So we got 3 fights to decide it all. And then we both got Merab.
Hopefully we finish on a positive. I don't like being a 500 picker. Yeah,
I'm glad that I broke 500 because I was under it for a little bit.
Right.
I didn't start off so great, but I picked it up. let's talk about a few things that we missed from the last show.
Sure.
And talk about the future. There was a big brawl. Dylan Dennis has been banned from all UFC events.
That's
I'm
not
surprised
fair.
he wasn't. I'm surprised he hadn't been already.
That's
to be
not,
honest,
he bought his own ticket.
Dylan Dennis is a bum. Let's just get him out of there. He doesn't.
Those guys are bums. They can't fight 1-on-1.
I agree. It's all shit. But
why is it got to be 15-on-4? Why is it got to be 11-on-4? I get. Oh, he's got to pay, brother, for what he said. Well, then pick a guy. Pick John Pork, and then go fight the guy.
Dude, John Pork is the funniest thing going on. I've not really followed it enough, but I just keep seeing the name. I'm like, this motherfucker's name going by John Pork.
Chonko. But everybody calls him.
That's a great nickname. Chonko's already a good nickname.
Right,
or
right.
name. I don't even, is that his real name? Is Chonko his real name?
I think is well, they have those long ass Nurmagomedov Sharopovlovich names, but Chonko John Pork. If you were to Google that, you get his real name.
That is so. Chonko. So his real name is Magomed Zainukov.
Mm-hmm.
Nickname Chonko. Chonko is already a fantastic nickname.
Sure.
John Pork is
even better.
Also,
if he
really
doesn't
good.
fucking change his name to John Pork in the cage, he's missing out.
Dude, I want to hear Bruce Buffer say John Pork.
Dude, fuck that. Dylan Dennis did nothing wrong at that time besides stand on business, and which I think is an idiotic move. I think he looked, it's been said, but I think he looked very Stone Cold-esque, getting escorted out with handcuffs and, fuck this and da-da-da. I think it's not fair.
Dylan Dennis couldn't
ban the rest of them. Ban them all.
Austin. I'm fine with that.
Ban them all or ban no one. Don't blame this on Dylan. Sure, blame it on him. You get your comeuppance, but to ban him solely? Fuck that.
How many times has he been in fights at a UFC event, though? This isn't the first.
The first one wasn't his fault. Well, that was Habib jumping over the cage.
Who's the comment? Yeah, never mind. They're both in it. They're both always there, huh? I don't know. I actually didn't see much of the fallout. I just heard about it, but
Connor's showing his true colors.
What'd Connor do?
Connor came to the fucking aid of Arman or Lobov. No, yeah. Artem Lobov.
Wait, I thought they were on the outs.
Well, they are now, but I'm saying when Habib swarmed his boy and was like, fuck that. Connor was on a one-way flight with all of his goons, and then we had the infamous what pay-per-view was that where he had the fucking trolley or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, your boy that's helped you train before, that's had your back, has rode this whole me and Connor are boys, Now you're kind of seeing nah, you're not really boys. You got jumped by the whole Muslim Brotherhood, and Connor's off in Mexico tweeting about.
Well, isn't Artem been trying to sue Connor for years?
That's what I'm saying. How do you have your boys back? And then he's like, I created Proper 12 with you, and Connor's like, no, you didn't. It's.
But what if? Who do you believe?
I believe Connor.
Okay.
It's easy to be like, oh, okay, well, you're a millionaire, right? You're on your way to a billionaire. I'm gonna need some of that too. We're boys. We came up from the same place, and it doesn't work like that.
No, not for Connor at least.
Dylan Dennis has, infinite eyeballs on him, but you got to stop with the whole I'm the real 170-pound champion because you fight from misfits. Stop this.
Yeah.
That it looks corny. It looks scripted. People hate on the way
he's still around. Is just
it's a
clout.
Dude, it's
clout has ruined people. It's just. I'm done talking about Dylan Dennis.
It's just not right to ban him alone.
Fair enough. UFC 324. They've announced the headliner.
Hang on real quick before you shit on this, because I know you're going to. Do you think Pantoja ever fights Merab? You think he ever goes up? Or you think he just wipes it out and becomes the greatest featherweight or flyweight of all time?
I think he might move up. Everybody wants to move up now.
I don't think he does.
I would love to just see. If he wants to just run his division and stay there forever, that's cool. That's at this point that looks better than the double champ thing is not as cool as it once was.
Because they can't be double champ. You can have the physical belts, but we know what happened. Islam is not really the 155-pound champ.
See, I don't get that. I think Islam's about the only one who earned the ability to move up and maintain. I think if you win, if you defend long enough and if you're willing to fight frequently enough,
There's an argument that he only fought 145ers.
that is very true.
Volkanovski, 45er.
Volkanovski.
Dan Hooker, former 45er. Dustin Poirier, former 45er.
Okay, well, he's been in 155 for a while.
All right, well, that one's a stretch. But, so it's like he did run through his division, yes. I don't think he defended it against Gaethje, which, Gaethje's lost to Max Holloway and whatever.
Gaethje has not earned it. I mean, yeah. So going into 324,
okay.
The interim lightweight title fight, I will say it's going to be a fun fight. It brings casual eyes to it. It's a big name fight. A lot of casuals will really like this fight. And it's not a bad fight. It just shouldn't be. You say we bring the best to fight. This is not the best two 155ers at this moment. Paddy has a better argument to me than Gaethje does. Mm-hmm. But even if you look at
what is the main event,
it's them two. It's Gaethje versus Paddy for the 155 interim title. And I just don't think Gaethje's earned that. The rest of the card, I mean, it's a fun card. Like, this is going to be an entertaining first Paramount one. We got Amanda versus Kayla, which a lot of people saw that being potentially the mainliner for the first one, and they were really upset. I mean, hasn't Amanda earned the right to headline a card on her comeback?
Yeah, tenfold.
But even if it is, so I don't. That didn't need to be an interim title. The fact that Gaethje Paddy should be before Kayla.
Yeah.
Diego Lopez getting another title shot at Volkanovski at 325, I think.
Which is the following week.
Diego.
It's the following week. We're going to have to do this show a lot more often because they can just number them now. It doesn't have to be once a month.
Oh, my God. That's the following week?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Well, they're going on like a month stint where they're not going to have anything. More than. Because I think the last card is a fight night on the 13th, if I'm not mistaken, of December. And then you don't have anything until the 24th of January.
Is 26 already scheduled?
No, I don't know.
I'm looking it up. I just want to save the date for 326.
They can just put these on. It's no longer like a monthly thing. That's what we mean by no pay-per-view.
Crazy that it's back-to-back, but whatever. Lopez is not. I like Lopez a lot. He's very entertaining. He's not the guy that should be in that fight. It should be Lerone Murphy or Movsar Evloev.
Me, you, Mighty Mouse, Dominic Cruz. We've been saying this is not a sport. This is a WWE with non-pre-planned fights.
For better or worse, which it could hurt them. A lot of people don't like that you're not putting the best names. Sometimes, I know they're not name value now, but you got to build these guys up. You got to build up everybody.
But when you're building them up and you give them a title shot on a silver platter, here you go, Arman Sarpussian, and then you don't make the fight, how do you go back to that well? How do you go with...
I agree with that one.
With John Jones on the White House, you go, you burned me with the whole Tom Aspinall thing. And there is a health update on Tom Aspinall. He's kind of whining and, Cyril Gahn's a cheater and he still has this damage and that damage. I'm not talking about he's whining because, I'm injured. This really hurts. You don't have to say anything. Just let people know that, hey, this was a serious injury. To make a little video with sunglasses on, it's just kind of corny and it makes you seem not like a tough guy.
I agree. But the amount of people that have come out against saying he should have fought through it, I feel like he really has to defend himself. It's kind of insane that he has to defend himself.
But don't call Cyril Gahn a cheater. He did an illegal move, yes, but when you say that to the fans, fuck you. I don't need you. You're not getting poked in the eye. Don't come out at Cyril. It just
I feel like there's been more fans that have had Tom's back than like other fighters. Dana. I mean, Chael and all those guys saying you should fight through the eye poke is insane.
Fuck
Why
all
would
of
you
them.
risk your title when the other guy gets an unfair advantage?
There's so much going on in the MMA community right now. It's just going to get crazy.
It's probably been in one of the worst states it's been in since since we've started this.
2026 has the capability to be, I mean, the year that MMA bounces back. UFC really. UFC bounces back in 2026. I think it is a make or break year because you can't keep booking these things like a show that you would like. You can't do that. The best have to fight the best.
You can't only look for casual viewers. You got to keep your hardcore boys entertained because that's your loyal fan base. If they go away, you've got nothing really.
Well, let me ask you this:
nothing but fickle fans.
For sure, because they don't know how to digest it. And what I mean by that is, Patty versus Gaethje doesn't need the IC. Am I happy? Am I happy for my boy Patty? You know I am. You know I'm fucking happy. Am I happy that Gaethje isn't gonna retire just because he doesn't get a title shot over beating Fiziev?
Oh my god!
Go ahead, fight for the IC.
It's so dumb. The IC has been overused, man. Like sometimes I get when it's being used, but it hasn't been used correctly in a long time.
Well, no, because it really doesn't even mean next up. Because Tom was defending his IC.
Dude, that invalidates the IC title so hard.
So what I'm saying is, you can still have these fun fights. It does not have to be for all the marbles. Put it as a co-main for the Amanda. You're talking about one of the greatest 135-pound, one of the greatest women champions of all time. And then you're just going to slap her in the co-main? Why? Why was Valentina Shevchenko the most co-main evented champion of all time across the board? How many co-mains has she been in? Like 9? 11?
She's
6,
7?
Been in
a lot of co-main. Oh my god. She's been in a lot of co-main events. Dude, I just don't know.
There's nothing wrong with putting women at the top. And I'm not even trying to be some chivalrous dickhead, but when you go, hey, you know that prestigious title you have, Kayla, and then you want to go up against the GOAT,
This has been the most talked about women's fight for like 2 years. It feels like. Mm-hmm. Why is this not the main event? I get it. Some people don't want it to be the main event.
But you don't have to rely on pay-per-views anymore. You don't have to go, oh, well, UFC 323, Nunes versus Harrison. You go, well, who the fuck is that? And then you go, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm not paying $80 to be a fan every single month anymore. You pay for Paramount. Just watch.
Just tune in.
We get these awesome fights, this awesome fight card, and if you don't know how to market the rest of these fights, that's your fault.
And it's starting at 9 p.m. next month. Mm-hmm. That's another hour earlier. Been asking for that for 10 years.
I love that so much, dude.
One hour is going to make such a big difference.
They had a couple test runs in the early 2010s, but, you know, I have zero problem with it. But with these you're showing us the following week 324, 325. The numbers don't matter, so why do the names matter?
We'll see. It's gonna be a whole different landscape come 2026. So
I hope so, and I hope these women start to get their due diligence because, you know, you shouldn't be just headlining a fight night. Put these girls and you need to be able to tell a story.
About Amanda Nunes.
We're talking about the GOAT.
The GOAT, the undisputed women's GOAT, is coming back to fight the next one up.
We'll see. This is a better match. I know we've talked about it before. You love that Ronda knockout.
I love it, dude.
Kayla's an even better judo player than Ronda, but is the striking there?
But I mean, will Kayla just stick with her strengths? I assume she will. I assume Ronda got, bloated head when it came to her boxing. So.
And, bloated head from all the punches from Amanda. But is Amanda going to look the same? Just because you were once a GOAT doesn't mean you're always a GOAT. Can she come back and shine?
I think it's going to be a really tough fight to come back and win.
It's compelling. Tell the story.
Oh well.
Are you good? I gotta get off.
I'm good,
here.
man. Let's call it. We'll talk to y'all next week.
You've been watching the Couch Casuals. I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. Always here with my co-host, my host with the most.
Coast from the most, Kyle Diorio.
And we'll see you guys later.
Bye.